Hey pottery family, today I hope you're doing great because we're going to be talking about how to make the perfect handle for your pottery. It is the comfiest handle you will ever have in your life. I'm telling you, all my favorite handles are pulled. That's what we're doing today. So stick around, I will give you an explanation and you can watch me make some amazing pottery.
Silly me. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Emily Edens and I am the Potter Eden. Thank you so much for joining me for this tutorial on how to pull handles. If you want to know how to make the comfiest handles for your pottery, stick around. Alrighty tidy my friends, grab yourself a large chunk of clay that is a lot bigger than you think you'll need. We will be using the majority of this clay to hold onto while the rest will get pulled. Go ahead and wedge that clay. I use the ram's head technique. We just want to make sure that we're getting any bubbles out and creating homogeny among the clay platelets. And of course you will need a large bucket of water. The basic premise is that we will be holding the back end of the clay with one hand and using the other hand to shape and draw out the clay, creating handles. Begin shaping the bottom with your hand, making it cone-like. Begin pulling the clay downward, starting from your holding hand, using just the area from the start of your pointer finger to the end of your thumb. Try to keep the circle that your finger makes approximately the same size all the way down so that as you're pulling, it is a consistent size. Make sure to dunk your hand in water between every 1 to 3 pulls, just to make sure that there's no tension between your hand and the clay. You can vary your grip by using the back of your pointer finger on one side and wrapping your middle finger around the other. This creates a flat top and a rounded underside to your handles. You can also create the same shape by using the inside of your pointer finger around the back and the pad of your thumb on top. This technique creates a channel for your thumb to rest in and also makes for a very fitting and comfortable handle. Whoops! So this is what can happen when you pull too slowly or you've had inconsistencies in your grip. You can just stick those little pieces back on top and re-wedge them in later. Holding over the water bucket is best practice, which is why I insist on a large bucket of water. If you don't hold over the bucket, you'll end up making a huge mess like me. Try to make sure that your handle is longer than you think you'll need it before you cut it off, because you can always cut more off later, but you can't make them longer once they're set. Now that we've got one handle pulled, go ahead and grab a large wooden dowel or a wooden rolling pin to drape them over. The wood will help the handles to dry more evenly, and it will be less likely that they'll get stuck to the wood versus any other material. Now round off the end and begin the process again. Always make extra handles just in case one breaks while you're shaping it at the leather hard stage, or it just doesn't fit the style or the size of your vessel. Like this one is a little too short for my liking. I am most comfortable using my left hand to hold and my right hand to pull, but either way works. Try both and see what feels best for you. Sometimes when I'm making a huge batch of handles, my arm will get tired and I'll switch. These handles will need to dry to leather hard before we attach them to any of our mugs. I usually pick a vessel, in this case mug bodies, and then I will pick the handle that best suits the size and shape of that mug. I try to find any blemish that the handle could cover up, and that's where I usually put my handle. When I found a good one, I'll begin cutting at the top and the bottom of the handle so it's slanted and it'll conform to the mug's existing surface. Then I will begin to form the handle to better fit my hand and look aesthetically pleasing at the same time. Don't forget to round out the edges that you've cut so they're nice and smooth. Then go ahead and go over the entire thing with a sponge to smooth out any imperfections. When I'm ready to put the handle on, I'll just barely dip it in some water and lightly place it on the mug for just a second. That way I can physically see where I need to slip and score the mug at. Go ahead and score all 4 spots. Slip them all. And then place the handle in its final position. Clay should always be at the same level of dryness when attaching. As clay dries, it shrinks, so if one piece is more or less dry than the other, they will be shrinking at different rates, or they will be at different stages of shrinking, and they'll separate at the point of contention. Take this one for example. Do you see how even though I tried to seamlessly smooth everything out together, it cracked? This is exactly what I mean. At this point, we can either clean up the edges and call it a day, or you can smooth the pieces seamlessly together. It's totally up to you. Sometimes I like to do the smooth look where everything looks like it's one piece, just like this. And sometimes I like to just clean it up around the edges and leave it where it looks separate, like this. 2 unique looks with basically the same steps. And there you have it. Pulled handles are the best.
So you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, maybe you can hit the subscribe button. And maybe you can watch a video that's like above this mug or above this one, or maybe it's a playlist. I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah. Okay, bye.